Large-scale urban farming initiative Recovery Park has taken root with its first pilot garden, while negotiations continue for 40 acres of city-owned land. Gary Wozniak, president of Recovery Park, has led the project since the beginning.
So in 2008, we were a pilot project for SHARE, which is a substance abuse treatment program in the city of Detroit. And we were looking at a way to create jobs for people with barriers to employment. So I threw out the idea of doing large-scale commercial agriculture as a way to create those jobs. So 5.5 years later, we're at our pilot project, which is a 30 by 140-foot high tunnel built on a concrete slab in an industrial neighborhood, growing a couple dozen varieties of products that are being marketed to multiple high-end restaurants in southeastern Michigan.
Some restaurants already serving vegetables grown by Recovery Park since their first harvest in June include Baco Ristorante in Southfield, The Root in White Lake, Streetside Seafood in Birmingham, Imperial in Ferndale, Public House in Ferndale, and Rock City Eatery in Hamtramck. Wozniak says the brains behind the whole farming operation belong to Michelle Lutz, a 20-year organic farming veteran and Recovery Park's first full-time hire since April.
There's a lot of restaurants and chefs out there that want to use local produce, and I think that some of the shortfall is that you've got to be consistent, you've got to have good quality, and you need to be somebody who's really dependable. It's really super easy for them to make the order through Cisco or US Foods, and so we have to replace that easiness of doing business.
Together, Wozniak and Lutz have been using the garden to gather interest from a number of restaurants and food producers, while negotiations continue for 40 acres of land throughout Detroit's east side. Wozniak says he's been working with the City of Detroit, the Michigan Land Bank, and the Detroit Land Bank Authority to finalize the deal.
We've already got demand for about $7.5 million worth of product from about a dozen and a half restaurants in southeastern Michigan. Now all we need is the capacity to grow that kind of volume.